Hey guys, so usually I'll do something about what we can do to improve your life. But this time around, I'm going to ask something a bit more selfishly. I'm going to ask from you something that's probably the most expensive thing in the world right now and the most rarest thing right now. And it's not cryptocurrency, it's not money, it's not petrol, it's not oil, it's not gold. And it's the fundamental key factor in everyone succeeding in what we do. So as I look around and I see the superstars, the people that are exceptional, and there's not many of them out there, and even in our company, there's not many people. I'd say 1 in 20, 1 in 30. Um, it comes down to this one thing, and this one thing that I'm asking for something from you now. You know what I mean? It's different to, hey, we'll give you these bonuses, we'll give you this, we'll give you this, give you this. I need something from you. And it's going to sound very simple, but it's a bit more complex than that. And then I'll show you how I think is a good way to cultivate this inside of you. You know, make it better and make yourself more valuable in the world. And whereas as a whole society we have gone wrong. This is based on my experience, and I'll be I'm looking at it from my perspective, not from the world's perspective. So what is this one rare thing that's the most rare thing that I know of, and the most valuable thing? Why? Because marketing companies are willing to pay anything for it. It's a reason why all these companies survive, whether it's Facebook or Instagram or YouTube. And it comes down to the one word: your attention. I need your attention in what we do. And how am I going to get your attention? It's going to be through you cultivating that part of you, us creating an environment that's worth your attention. And yeah, that's pretty much the two things. So why do I say that the attention is an issue? So I'm going to be honest, not many people are individually good at what they do. It's just they just play their role based on a system around them, based on an organization. The person working at McDonald's may not be great at anything, but the system itself makes them be part of something great. So that's what I see most people are like. They're not great at anything, but the system itself, society, the business they work for, gives them an illusion of being great. But no one individually put that individual by themselves to go and create something, and in my experience, they'll not be able to create anything or influence anything around them. And if you ask any individual, ask yourself right now, when's the last time that you were able to get a result? Whether you're able to stop your kids from eating that cookie, whether you're able to get this problem in your life out of the way, whether you're stuck in something, in some kind of friendship, and you're trying to overcome it. When was the last time you were able to get a result? So I suppose results are a different thing, but it all starts from attention and then gets to a result. That's and there's all these processes in the middle to get there. And what I have found successful in my life, and I'll try to explain it. So why is there even a lack of attention, and why is it showing up in our society, in the people around us, in your relationships, in your kids, in schooling, and why everyone's pretty bad at everything? It's pretty much, I suppose, we started off as a society where, you had your, top, you had your, I wouldn't say top, I'd say your, 2% of society, 2% of society that were your scientific people, your readers, your people that, did that kind of stuff. And then 98% of society would have been almost illiterate. This is, anything from 80 years on for the last 1,000 years. So these 2%, what was their attention span? Their attention span would have been anywhere from about 40 minutes to up to about 8 hours. So you've got your attention span. So that's what generally would have happened. And the rest of the 98% of people wouldn't have needed that attention span as much. They would be, they're doing their work, they're doing their gardening and whatnot. So it requires a certain kind of attention for sure. And you got to be careful, not hurt yourself, all that kind of stuff. But the attention span that we're talking about for your life, you are now in that 2%. Because now it's become 98% of people are required in jobs which require a high attention span. It's probably not 98 yet. It's probably about 80% right now. But eventually, in the next 5 to 10 years, anybody that can't, everybody's needed as an attention span person. So this is 2021. And this is everything 80 years onwards. So we need you to somehow cultivate this attention span to be, so you had these people about 8 hours of attention span. When they started off studying or reading or whatever they did it through books. So then you have an attention span, you read a book for 4 hours, 8 hours, and not to confuse the matter too much, but also their happiness factor or their reward didn't come till, it might take 3 weeks to finish a book. While, everyone doesn't really have the patience to go for a goal and wait for 3 weeks or 6 months or 1 year anymore. That's another thing. That's the second step out of past attention. But let's look at your current attention span. So the people that are the superstars in the company, it just pretty much comes to attention. Can they hold attention in what they do? And generally people can't. And the reason for this is, one of the reasons is your brain evolves extremely quickly. It can take hours to days to weeks to completely shift the actual neurocircuitry of your brain, as far as I know. So if you're looking at a general person from the age of 25 years old to about 55 years old, they have attention span of about 4 minutes. Why is that? Because the average clip on YouTube goes for 4 minutes. And your brain has become, look at it, you look at this video, you feel excited, you watch it, you feel this dopamine rush, and then you reach your goal. And your body's like, well, that's pretty good. I like that. Short amount of time, strong dopamine levels. And so the average attention span, whether it's your relationship, your partner, or people around you, have these 4 minute cycles running through their head. So just look around you at your average person. Next time you're at the dinner table, whatever you're doing, they're running on these 4 minute cycles. Over time, the last 10 years, it's gotten even worse. Why? Because of Facebook or Instagram or whatever it is. So what's the attention span of the average person? And it shows in our work, in our workplace, in the people that we've hired, in people that I've run through in my life. And the younger we're getting, the worse it's getting. So it's something that I think, you should be paying attention to the younger people around you, your kids and all that kind of stuff. So the average attention span is about 1 second to about 4 seconds. So you've got your longer attention span, which is TikTok, which is like less than 60 seconds. But most attention spans are Facebook, which is look at a picture, feel the dopamine, next, Instagram, next. So right now, you are built for these tiny attention spans, when really we need your attention for 1 hour at a time with a break, and then sometimes even more, and sometimes, for 8 hours a day. So we really need this out of you. So how do we cultivate these things inside of you? So in my experience, to gain attention is you've got to come to terms with the 1,000 people, the 1,000 frames living inside of you. You've got your imagination, which can go into limitlessness. It can think about anything at any given time. So you got to keep that under control, on your track, on your path. You've got your conscious brain, you've got your subconscious brain, you've got your superconscious brain, you've got a reptilian brain. Then you've got your 1,000 little personalities living inside you. You've got your stomach that's thinking for you. You've got your parts of your body, your emotions, your hormones. Each one of these are separate entities, all living inside of one body. So there's many, courses and stuff out there to come to terms with this stuff. But essentially, whether you listen to, talking to yourself, putting yourself back on track, having self-awareness, listening to the voices in your head and redirecting and reshaping them, having a personal diary and writing out all your issues and then seeing them in the light and moving on, having a set of guidelines and rules and values that you follow every day. These are all the tools used to control the multitude of people living inside of you. Not literally, but I hope you know what I mean. Then you've got, your techniques of being able to control yourself. People use things like meditation or the, apps that they use to, brain technology apps to get you into these nice states. These are other things that help with attention. Also aligning, your life goals with work. You may not like your job, but if it's helping you achieve a life out there and it's helping you do the things you want to do and make sure that your life out there is good, whether it's, shelter, food, nice stuff, whatever it may be, then you got to sort of talk to yourself and go, may not really like what I do, but it's helping me achieve the life that I want. So that's another way. So that you got your self-awareness, self-talk, you've got your meditation techniques, and you've got, sorry, I forgot the last thing that I said. And that's pretty much it. Attention is the rarest thing that we have right now and the most valuable thing. Because it's the most valuable thing, because as a human species, if we put our attention onto saving the world through environmental things, we'll save the world. If we put our attention to solving all the world's issues, whether it's hunger and stuff, we will. When you come to your jobs in the day, and what I need from you guys is, literally miracles coming out of, each department right now. We're heading to a new company. We really, really need it. And it's going to take your attention. It's going to take that aspect of you. And, it'll improve all aspects of your life, whether you're, in a relationship or whatever it may be, or your attention to the environment, or for the first time you may feel aware around you. But I think it's really something that everyone should cultivate in their lives. And that's pretty much all I can think of for now.